Welcome to the We Cool Game podcast.
Let's go.
Joey Jones in the building.
Jay Vino in the house. Come on.
We got a special topic today. NBA great Shaquille O'Neal's got no love for the current players.
Got no love for the new gen. No love at all. Is he hating?
We're going to get up the quote quickly.
Go on, get the quote up. There's two. But this all started from the Donovan Mitchell interview after the game. Am I right?
I believe so, yes.
Yes. And I love Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell is like Dwayne Wade spirit animal to me.
I hear
Just so small and undersized, but has so much grit. You know how I knew when it was on this? When he beat Russ.
Yes.
When he beat Russ. I was like, okay, so you beat MVP Russ. You don't give a damn about... Oh, what's that MVP? No, it wasn't. It was a year out.
Yeah.
But he was still triple-double, Russ. Still averaged triple-double. Still had Paul George and Carmelo in his team. And Donovan Mitchell smoked them. Put them in a zoot. Put a little chip in it, not too much. Remember that dog? Maybe laced it with some hash, rolled it up, then just started smoking that series.
Hold on, before we even go anywhere, like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah, the instructions still.
Do everything you need to do quickly. Obviously, hold on. We're going to get up Shaq's comments because...
How long does it take him, man? I want to get into this, man. Come on.
Hold on, 2 secs.
What games have you been watching this week while we're waiting?
Watch the Charlotte game.
Last night?
Yeah. That's
Against
recently.
Milwaukee?
Yeah, that's the only one I watched recently, you know.
Yeah, I'm going to rewatch that after this. Last night I was watching the Lakers Celtics. Another chapter in the rivalry. The game was decent. It was one of those old school defense first, nothing easy kind of games as you'd expect with a Lakers Celtics game. Won by 1 point. Was good. Stopped the 2-game slide. Watched us face Detroit early in the week. Fell asleep during the collapse. It was late.
Yeah, I can't lie. Me getting this NBA passes has made
it helps, innit? It helps. NBA, I've got you one more person that I know of, a subscriber. You gotta run me some change. You gotta cut that check, man. There's only so long I can do free traffic to your league pass. But I also watched Lakers Philly this week. That was a really good game.
I ain't watched that.
That was a really good game. Embiid is here.
Is he here?
He's here. We're gonna get to that later. Embiid is here. He's here fine, and I'm so happy he's here as well.
They've got the best record in the league, innit?
Yep.
Yeah. I've got Shaq's quote.
Who's their coach?
Doc.
Yeah, your guy, innit?
He's not my guy still.
Listen, got Shaq's quote.
Shaq's quote. I know what greatness is. Ain't nobody playing done what I've done besides LeBron and Steph Curry. I've got a G14 classification to say what I say. You better Google me.
Firstly, is the G14 classification a reference only to Rush Hour, or is there another pop culture? Because I only know G14 classified from Rush Hour.
Yeah.
Is that G14 classified?
Your particular assignment is considered G14 classified. Now, why don't you and I take a walk and I'll fill you in.
Okay, Warren.
But I hear what he's saying.
I hear what you're saying, but I find it very mad that he left out KD. I'm not even surprised at Kawhi, because Kawhi hasn't got an MVP.
Yeah.
So I can kind of hear him on that.
And Kawhi's been doing all of this. I'm secretly the best player in the league kind of thing, where it's just like, fam, you're meant to say it with your chest.
What it do, baby? Yeah.
Let me beat the mic so you can get what I'm saying. But yeah, you're meant to come out with it. Kawhi's only kind of stepped into these conversations the last, well, for everyone, I'd say the last 3 years.
Yeah.
For me, he's kind of been in it since he was the number one option at the Spurs.
Yeah, from when he got injured by Zaza, innit?
Yeah. From then. But, so he's saying only LeBron and Steph can really chat to him and say what he's saying. And he did leave off KD. And KD and LeBron, I think they responded on Instagram, not to this, they said some other stuff, basically saying that all these old guys need to shut up and now, you know, you can criticize without hating and stuff. And
I think Shaq was telling the truth, to be honest. I'm not going to lie. If you were to look at what LeBron's done, 10 trips to the finals, 4 wins, 4 finals MVPs, 4 regular season MVPs, averaged over 25 a game.
the other day, I randomly had LeBron James's points per game up. I think on like an Instagram picture or something for his whole career. Out of 18 seasons, do you know how many seasons he's averaged 25? 17.
I was close.
17.
You know
Only his rookie season, he hasn't put up 25 points per game. Do you know how mad that actually is?
Can I be honest with you?
Go on.
And this might get you upset. LeBron's a better scorer than Kobe Bryant.
He's not, but
He
go on.
is.
He's
a better scorer than Kobe Bryant. But anyway.
So then Shaq is and stuff, because
No,
that's
he's
what
not.
we're talking about.
No, he's
That's
not.
what we're talking. We're talking about physics,
LeBron
and, you know,
is a better scorer.
bro. We're not trying to talk about Kobe today, man.
We're not.
We're not trying to do that.
We're gonna leave it to
that.
we're
He's
gonna
not
leave
a better scorer. He's not a better
than
scorer.
Kobe Bryant.
Bro, you like
The
stats.
numbers.
You
Don't
shouldn't.
lie.
You shouldn't watch games. You shouldn't actually watch games. Just let stats just dictate everything you see.
Listen,
Or
LeBron.
say.
What is Kobe? No, man. We're not even talking.
Yeah,
we're not talking
yeah.
about Kobe
Exactly.
today.
Yeah.
So we'll leave it to the fans. We'll leave it to the listeners. Is LeBron a better scorer than Kobe Bryant?
No.
Let us know. He's gonna say no because he's a fanboy. But anyway, I digress. LeBron and Kate and Steph are the only ones in the generation that can talk to Shaq. I agree with him.
It's difficult because on a talent level, KD can chat to him. And on an accolades thing, he kind of can. Now, where I agree with Shaq, firstly, I think most of these players are being kind of sensitive, to be honest. Even with Barkley. Like, don't try and do this with Charles Barkley. You know what Charles Barkley is the equivalent of right now, if you would say modern NBA?
Zion.
No. I don't mean like playing style wise. I'm saying stature, accolades, how good you were. I'd say James Harden. Although James Harden ain't been to the finals by himself, MVP, carried a franchise, done amazing things, blah, blah, blah. Like, Barkley weren't no joke. So
Yeah, I agree with that.
So these lot have, and it's like they're not talking about people's personal lives. They're talking about basketball stuff. They're only talking about what they see. So when Shaq says, when he laughs at the fact Rudy Gobert is getting 200 million and people are, you shouldn't talk about, his money. And it's like, I hear what you're saying. Yeah, Rudy Gobert has earned the right because he's got 2 defensive players of the year and stuff. He's been all NBA to make that money. But the thing is, in Shaq's mind, Shaq's played. Shaq knows what he would do to Rudy Gobert if he plays him.
Yeah.
He knows what would have happened. Can you throw the ball to Rudy Gobert in the last 2 minutes to go get a bucket?
No.
Is he gonna even give you 19 and 12 in a year for a season?
Nah, he'll give you 19 and 12.
But he's getting 200 million.
But
And that's Shaq's point. Like, obviously times change. He can make that money. But his point is that, fam, if I played this guy, I would have killed it. And I think you have...
barbecue chicken.
Yeah, I feel you have a right to say that. Now, let me get to KD, why I think he's left him off the list. I think he's left KD off the list because talent-wise, the fact is, I believe in the NBA, every generation, there's only about max 3, 4 maybe 5
transformative players.
Batmans
Yeah.
in the whole league. There's a lot of Robins that think they're Batmans. There's a lot of really talented Robins. But truly, when you think about it, there's only really like a small handful of people who can actually win, and you're the best player on the team.
Yeah.
80s, everything's Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Isaiah Thomas. I know Moses Malone got one in there. Excuse me. 90s, everything's Michael Jordan, Hakeem.
Got 2.
I know Tim Duncan got that asterisk one with David Robinson as well. But then, who's Tim Duncan in NBA history? What, the best power forward ever? My point exactly. So what? 90s were what? 2 players? 2.5, I'd say. Because the 99 one, Jordan's gone.
Yeah.
So I'd say 2.5. I'd count that 99 one more in the 2000s.
Yeah.
So then 2000s.
Shaq.
Tim Duncan, Shaq, Kobe.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dwayne Wade was the best player on that Miami Heat team. Shaq was there though.
Yeah.
2010s.
Yeah.
LeBron,
Steph Curry. Kawhi.
Tim
Duncan was on the team.
Yeah, Tim Duncan. And I guess you can say KD and Steph for that Warriors thing. And that's the KD and Steph thing is why I think he's left them off the list.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
As I keep saying, all things are not equal, unfortunately. It's like science. When you do a science test, there's always one variable you keep the same. The NBA isn't science.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, if we're looking at the top 10, top 11, 12 players, routinely, the casual list, you're always going to hear these names. In whatever order. You can stop me if I'm wrong. Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Magic Johnson, Wilt Chamberlain, Bill Russell, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Tim Duncan, Shaq, Hakeem, Kobe Bryant.
You messed out one name, but
Who?
Larry Bird.
Did I miss out Larry Bird?
Yes, you did.
That was an accident. I thought I already said Larry Bird. But yeah, Larry Bird.
Yeah.
Those
names routinely.
12, 11 names are the ones routinely you're going to hear in your top 10. Top 12-ish kind of players.
Yeah.
On a talent level, KD is with all of them, I say. But all of them won championships without having to go to a team that 2 years ago won the championship, the year before won 73 games, had an MVP and all this stuff. And that's why I think he's left him off the list.
Yeah. I was even going to say as well, what Shaq, Steph and LeBron have in common is they've gone to franchises that have had no history of winning whatsoever and have made a legacy there.
Yeah.
LeBron,
Shaq's jersey's retired in Miami.
Yeah. Even Orlando.
Orlando is always going to be.
Yeah.
But Miami, he was there for a cup of tea. Like, he was there for, like, the last little bit of his prime.
Yeah. So Shaq's created a legacy for himself in Orlando, LA, and Miami. Steph.
Exactly. Go on, sorry.
Steph's created a legacy in Golden State. LeBron's created a legacy of Cavs, the Heat, Cavs again. KD has gone to a team.
And dare I say it?
Go on.
Nearly the Lakers.
Bro.
I don't even think LeBron has to even necessarily win again to have a legacy with the Lakers. If he balls and we compete and he has one, I think they're not going to put him obviously in the top 5 bracket, but he's going to be looked upon very favorably.
Yeah.
Kind of ahead of like Pau Gasol and stuff, because obviously he's LeBron James. But if he wins another one, it's a wrap. You might have a statue.
Even as things are currently constituted, if you were to do a all-time Lakers starting 5, LeBron starts.
Oh yeah, he's in it.
He starts.
He's in it. He's over Elgin.
Elgin Baylor, James Worthy. Yeah, he's over them. So I do find it very interesting.
And the thing is, I think Shaq's looking at it and he's like, that, like, OKC KD, if you ask them, the best player to ever play for them is Russ. Russ leads all the statistical categories. Now, just because you were the best player on the team, don't mean you were the greatest to ever play there.
Yeah. There's a difference between better and greater. I agree.
Hence why Kobe Bryant's the greatest Laker ever. But that's a different conversation.
He's not greater than Magic Johnson, but I digress. And you know it too. That's why I'm not even
He is. He's number one, but Magic's high on the all-time list. He's had a shorter career, but 20 years is better than 11.
But Magic...
We're not trying to argue about Kobe.
That's what I'm saying.
Just let me have it.
Okay,
It's the greatest Laker ever.
You can have it, whatever. But I hear you. It's a conversation.
He's looking at it like OKC. If you ask the fans, it's Russ. If you ask Golden State, it's Steph. And Kevin Durant, my problem is that he likes to do this thing where he gets on podcasts and lies. And he doesn't think I can read through the tea leaves. Like, we're not stupid. He goes up, he comes up and he's like, yeah, I just decided to, do what was right for me. I wanted to go to a situation where, I can ball, I can play a good system. That's true to some degree. But I call bullshit, bro. You wanted to get chips. The same way LeBron James did in Miami. Let's not lie. That's why I can't exactly fault him, because like I always say, LeBron James started this. If the GOAT of your generation is going to do this, what's everyone else going to do?
That's true. It's true.
Like the best player in our generation stacking the deck. How else does everyone respond? So that's why I see why he's doing this. But the fact is, LeBron went and corrected that. And that's what I think KD's doing now. Because you can't tell me, one, you don't care what everybody says and you don't listen to what everybody says, and how, your chips at the Warriors are the same as everyone else in that top 10 list. Because if that was the case, then why did you leave? Because Draymond Green called you a bitch. You could have got him traded, bro. You're better than him if it's your franchise. But you left because you knew you had to prove that you could do it at a startup on your own. And that's why you're at Brooklyn. But unfortunately now, you have a super team.
Yeah. You know what? With KD, KD's got alpha male talent, but he hasn't got the alpha male mentality. And I feel like that's why he sort of rubs players the wrong way. Because if he was an alpha male, if he had the alpha male mentality, he would have put Russ in his place at OKC. Yep. If he had an alpha male mentality, when he went to Golden State, he wouldn't have felt so insecure about his place.
Like, if you got so sick of Russ, trade that guy. Look, Sam Presti, I'm not re-signing till you go flip Russ. And don't flip him for no joke thing. You go get me some real help.
Nah, it's true. It's true, but that's what I'm
You're here at Brooklyn following Kyrie Irving, who, this is going to sound like I'm making fun of him, but I rate it, who one day doesn't know whether he wants to be Malcom X and the next day doesn't know whether he wants to be Allen Iverson. That's what he's going through right now.
That's
I rate it like, fam, he's got a lot on his plate, but that's the situation with Kyrie. That's who you're following. You don't actually know whether he's going to come every day. Because, a story might break in New Orleans about, some injustice. And, that might just be it for Kyrie. He needs to go down to New Orleans, do a press conference.
Yeah, bruv. Yeah, bruv. I don't know, man. With KD, I don't know, man. I don't think by the end of his career, he's going to be in the top 10. It'll be very hard for him to crack the top 10, I think. If he doesn't win an MVP, if he doesn't win a title with Brooklyn,
the only way he can is if this Brooklyn super team three-peats, then I think on accumulation of dirty chips, he may just make it where it's like, okay, you've got 5. We can't deny you, no matter how you got them. We all know you're cold anyway, so.
Nah, they'll definitely deny him still. See that top 10?
How could you?
That top 10 is... Nah, because look, we've got guys like Tim Duncan that have won 5. Not all 5s are equal, Tim Duncan's got 5 as well. So if you're going to compare...
James Harden is way better than Manu Ginobili. And
Tim Duncan.
Kyrie is way better than Tony Parker. So
It's statistically proven that Tim Duncan has done the most with the least amount of talent in NBA history. It's statistically proven.
is it?
Yeah. Check
Who's
it out.
in the top 5 for that?
I think it's Tim.
Hakeem.
Hakeem must be there, yeah. Michael Jordan is up there, you know. It's as crazy as that sounds because
It's not crazy.
other than Scottie Pippen, there was no other All-Stars on that team.
Yeah, Rodman won.
Yeah, Rodman was an All-Star. But I loved... You see Shannon Sharpe, yeah? Shannon Sharpe likes to twist the narrative that how he was playing with 3 All-Stars and it's like...
Wait, but did you know though? In fact, I'll cut you off.
Yeah, Shannon Sharpe likes to spin the narrative that how Jordan was playing with 3 All-Stars, with 3 Hall of Famers on his team, and it's like how many more All-Stars than LeBron? And he tried to use Rodman, and it's like, no, Rodman was the All-Star with the Pistons, not the Bulls.
You know who else? You know who else beat 3 All-Stars by themselves?
Kobe Bryant.
Yep. Powell won an All-Star in 2010.
Give him his props. That Kobe Bryant title in 2010 is better than all 4 of his other titles combined. I think.
And he did it with no hands. He did. Go look it up, man. His hands, he had so many injuries that year, he had no hands. Now, if you tell me any other NBA player who's won a title playing basketball with no hands, hands, no fingers, all my fingers are broken, but I've got finals MVP.
That's the thing. That's the thing with Kobe, yeah, that I like and I hate at the same time. Like, he will I won't even say he will never, but he embraces that hero persona so much that you can't not fuck with him like that. But at the same time,
Kobe's career is like an anime, bro.
Yo. I hear you still. I hear you, but
I don't think. The thing is, I wouldn't like to think that KD can't break the top 10. I want him to break the top 10.
I want him to break the top 10.
Like you say, that alpha personality thing, I think, is a thing because it's like, again, this is going to sound like a weird criticism. I think KD is like the biggest cheat code ever. You're like 7 feet and you play like a 2 guard. Again, like LeBron, you've averaged like over 25 every other season bar your rookie year. You're a scoring machine. But all other scorers have the explosions. They have that month where they average 40. I was coming home in secondary school. Allen Iverson, for a whole month, it's just, I'm going to highlight, just getting 40. Kobe for a whole month, just, oh yeah, he got 50. Yeah, he got 40. James Harden. Even Russ's MVP seasons, like KD's career high is 54. Steph's is 62.
But do you know what though? KD's personality combined with he hasn't had the green light to shoot every shot for every play like the way Kobe has, the way Russ has, the way AI had. So
that's true.
So the fact that he's averaged 54 within the flow of the offense more times is a testament to his greatness. If Kobe's average 28, sorry.
Yeah.
If Kobe's putting up 81 points, he's taking the majority of the shots. Or like the majority, like.
No. I get that, but it just I never like the pureness or like the kidology or like the black topness of basketball to go. When you're just in the park, like, oh yeah. Like, I get all the statistics, I get being efficient, I get the flow of the offense, blah, 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 blah. But at the end of the day, there's stuff that you have to hit to do the GOAT stuff.
Yeah.
Where's your 60, KD? I need 60 this year if you want that MVP. For me, him and Embiid are kind of 1 and 2 with LeBron slightly at 3. But the thing is, LeBron's numbers aren't as good as the other two, but No, you're not even first in the West anymore.
Yeah, I swear it's the Jazz that are first.
It's the Jazz.
Yeah.
They've won like 12 in a row.
Yeah.
Looking hella dangerous.
You know what it is with KD that's frustrating? It's like, I know you could give me 60 a night if you wanted to, but you just don't want to. And it's either you don't want to or you haven't got it in you.
If KD took 35 shots, he'll get... If he took 35 shots, I think he'd get 60. Because he's going to make 21 or 22. Yeah. He's going to get to the free throw line. He shoots threes better than most people. Like...
Yeah.
He's not going to do that now with the way Brooklyn are currently constructed with Kyrie and Harden there.
Yeah,
he has to do what he's doing. The stuff I'm talking about is gone for now. It's gone. The only way he does what I'm talking about is if he's on a bad team.
Fam, if one or both of them, two of them get injured and it's just him, then maybe he might.
That's the thing. And this is why I rate LeBron James, because I can't lie, aesthetically, LeBron James's game isn't prettier than... Okay, when he's passing the ball, I guess it is. But generally, like, the things he can do to score isn't as pretty to watch as an Allen Iverson, a Kobe, a T-Mac, a KD, even a Paul Pierce, a Gilbert Arenas. LeBron's like is workmanlike.
Yeah, LeBron's game like a Karl Malone.
Yeah. But he can shoot threes.
And he can pass like...
But the thing I rate is that could a KD do what LeBron did against the Warriors when he was just one man up?
No way.
Exactly. And this is my point. For all LeBron James wants to stack the deck, he can get the most out of the least. Which is a weird thing to say.
It's not even... No, but you know what? If you actually understand LeBron, it's actually not even surprising. LeBron plays the three or he runs the offense. He's as big as Karl Malone and he can pass.
Yeah.
Like, he's a very good to elite passer. Like, so already, okay, say LeBron's running the point. That's already a mismatch.
Exactly.
Already. So if he blows by...
And he knows that.
Yeah. So if he blows by the guy that's guarding him, the defense is already broke down.
Exactly.
So...
usually, most centers can't keep him out the... Can't keep him honest at the rim. So he's going to lay it up.
LeBron is a big man playing point guard. It's so it's so deep. It is so deep. So the stuff that LeBron does is not surprising. Like, it doesn't surprise me at all.
Physics thing.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm surprised. You know what else? I'm surprised Shaq left Giannis off the list still.
Of course he's going to leave Giannis off the list.
2 MVPs.
Those are Steve Nash MVPs at the moment, bro. I've been fortunate enough to watch quite a bit of Milwaukee in the last 10 days or so. And it's like, Giannis, you still have the same problems. He can't actually do all that stuff you see in the highlights a lot of the time in the last 2 minutes, if the game's close.
Yeah.
You see Chris Middleton trying to close the game. And then I'll think, oh, yeah, okay. So then pick up the best player on the other team. You ain't even doing that. So it's like Giannis is in a weird position because you re-signed in Milwaukee. So now, because I know no one's going there, it's actually up to you to get better. And I'm not seeing the improvements. This guy got gentleman swept by the Heat.
Jimmy Butler led.
Yes. Having casuals come out to me, Jimmy Buckets. Oh my God. I was just thinking, man, do you know what we're going to do to them in the finals? I'm surprised it went 6.
I'm surprised it went 6.
Surprised it went 6. I was just thinking, whoa, this is the... Like I said about Donovan Mitchell, we're about to get a raw, backstrap it, put only a little bit of chip, put some purple haze in that, roll it up and smoke them.
I'm surprised it went 6. I was saying it was going to be a sweep.
I thought gentleman's sweep. I genuinely thought gentleman's sweep, but it's like, this is no disrespect to the Miami Heat, because I think they're a good all-around team, but you shouldn't be getting swept by them. Well, gentleman swept. You shouldn't be losing. You shouldn't really be losing. And the whole year, Kendrick Perkins was saying you were going to lose. The whole year he said they were going to lose. And they lost. I just think Giannis has got he's got a long way to go. He's got a long way to go if he's going to win a championship in Milwaukee. If he wants to leave and join the super team, then he'll get one.
Yeah.
Cool. But you chose to stay. But just to round up on KD and the Shaq criticism and Shaq saying no, I think people need to understand and remember who Shaquille O'Neal was to understand where the criticism's coming from. This is a guy in his third year that went to the NBA Finals. And was also like top 3, top 2 MVP voting in his third year. And yeah, I get Shaq sometimes for not maximizing his potential, but even so, he's still in the top 10 ever.
Yeah, easily in the top 10.
He can't shoot free throws. Blah, 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 blah. Karl Anthony Towns can shoot free throws, can shoot threes, can maybe dribble better than Shaq. The guy's in the basement in the Western Conference right now.
And he's softer than charming tissue as well, bro.
The basement, bro. Never made the playoffs by himself. So all these big men who you look at right now and you might think, oh yeah, you might have a more finesse game than Shaq. Go and lift your team, elevate your team.
Yeah.
And the thing, sorry to cut you. I'll let you in a second. They're not even playing in a generation where you have bare other bigs. Shaq is playing. There's Patrick Ewing, David Robinson, Hakeem, eventually Tim Duncan. There's even weird people like the Duncan Dutchman, Rick Smits at Indiana. Like there's big men about, big country.
Can I be honest though? In the early 2000s though, Shaq didn't really have competition like that.
Because everyone wanted to move over to the 4 to avoid him. Why is Tim Duncan playing the 4? We know why. We know why. Why is KG playing the 4? We know why. Because you got nothing for the big diesel.
No, but I don't even think it was like that. I just think after Jordan retired, like I feel like there was just like that was when the guards sort of came into prominence. Like it was still a big man's league, but you had the Kolbys, the Ray Allens, the T-Macs, the Vince Carters, the Paul Pierces. Name in that era in terms of big men. What there was Shaq. Who else?
You had
Tim
more
Duncan.
fours. You had more 4s than 5s. I think the 4s were more crazy in the 2000s because you had Garnett, Duncan, Rasheed Wallace, Chris Webber, Antonio McDyess.
These men can't chat to Shaq.
Man like Karl Malone still.
Bro, Karl Malone was like 40, bro. What do you mean?
Karl Malone and Gary Payton before they touched down at the Lakers were both still all-stars.
That's true. That's very true. But guys like, in terms of the big men, Dikembe Mutombo cannot chat to Shaq at all.
3 or 2-time defensive player of the year though.
Cannot chat to Shaq at
Okay,
all.
you can't.
Bro, did you see what Shaq done to David Robinson and Tim Duncan in the 2000s?
Yeah.
They can't chat to Shaq at all. Like,
But that's because of Shaq.
exactly. But I'm saying there wasn't that much competition in the early 2000s. In the 90s, Hakeem smoked him. Watch
He did.
Watch that finals for anyone that hasn't seen that finals. The Orlando-Houston Rockets finals.
He did
Hakeem smoked him. It was so bad.
He did smoke him. No, he did. But he was doing his thing in the 90s.
Yeah.
He was a prominent player.
Shaq was a prominent player in the 90s.
I'd say after his second, third year, he was easily, consistently a top 6 minimum player in the league, the whole of the 90s.
I'm even looking at his stats right now. His points per game from his rookie season.
Bro, those are the years where he's getting like scoring titles and stuff in Orlando.
23.4, 29.3, 29.3, 26.6, 26.2, 28.3, 26.3, 99-2000 his best season ever, 29.7, 28.7, 27.2. Shaq definitely deserving of his spot in the top 10. He's allowed to make that comment, as harsh as that sound. He's definitely.
And that's the thing. It's just like even when you negate the stats, forget the stats, forget the highlights. Go watch the games. If you know anything about basketball, you can just see this is a problem. You can't be stopped. If I'm leaning on you and I receive the ball in the post, there's certain positions where it's just like, okay, now you're X'd. Now I've got full reign to score, or you have to foul me.
Yeah. Shaq definitely the most dominant.
Got three finals MVPs on a team with Kobe Bryant.
Was that even
A team with Kobe Bryant.
a young Kobe Bryant? That wasn't up for debate.
And it weren't up for the debate all 3 times. Especially the first time. Wasn't up for debate. So when he's looking at these guys, he's looking at these guys thinking, okay, yeah, you lot are feeling all entitled. You're in your feelings when I'm talking to you. But really, James Harden, what can you say to me? What can you say to me? Really, KD, what can you say to me yet? Go win in Brooklyn without stacking the deck against everyone. And they're going to do that.
They most definitely are going to do that.
They already have. And they're not finished. Shumpert's gone there today.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's a pretty good move. And they want a big. Now, all I'll say is, the names I've heard, if they get JaVale McGee, I think that's a good move. And that's still fairly fair. Now, if the following players get bought out, Kevin Love or Drummond, and they end up at the Brooklyn Nets, these lot are officially the Justice League. I don't want to hear anything about, oh yeah, this is fair. This is not fair. If Drummond goes to the Brooklyn Nets, it's not fair. It's over. It's absolutely over.
He's been doing some bullshit with the Cavs though.
How can you not? They suck.
You know,
they're rubbish.
I've watched some games, yeah. I've watched some Cav games. I watched the games where Cav played the Nets and Colin Sexton was going ham. You watch that game? Bruv, Drummond was trying bare things. He was moving like he was the point guard.
No, but he won't need to at the Nets. All he'll need to do is block, screen, and rebound.
Yeah.
And who can really rebound in the league better than Drummond?
No, it's true. It's true. Yeah, he's definitely trying to spread his wings.
This is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Speaking on, sorry.
Hopefully, if he gets the buyout,
he'll probably get.
Come to death row! California knows how to party.
You know what it is as well, yeah? Speaking of Shaq, yeah? How do you think Shaq would fare in this generation? Because I feel like...
This generation?
Yeah, in this current NBA, because I feel like as good as Shaq was, he needed a closer. So, if Shaq
He
was...
look like Giannis. I think. To some degree. Where it's like, yeah, you need a closer, but no one's stopping that. I don't care how many threes people shoot. No one's stopping that. And you lot can't even foul him as hard as they used to. So what are you gonna do? And that's the thing. Forget about labouring fat Shaq. Let's drop Orlando Shaq. Or the first 3 years at the Lakers Shaq where he has muscles and he's trim in this league. What's happening? Who's guarding him? I would say maybe like Joel Embiid, but it's like you ain't. Have you got the girth? Because you're about 230, 240, 250 maybe max.
If Shaq was like 330.
At his heaviest, but I think, okay, a light Shaq, I think you're talking 280, 290?
Yeah, it's long.
300 pounds.
Yeah, it's long.
It's
and
long.
And Shaq was nimble as well. Shaq
Exactly, he's nimble as well.
Passing as well.
Exactly, can pass.
Shaq, all-time great still.
And has a right to say whatever he wants. These lot need to get more chips and thicker skin.
Totally agree.
But moving on. Who's winning the MVP this season? I touched on it before that. I thought Kevin Durant and Embiid were sort of leading it with LeBron in the back. maybe Steph there, Jokic. What about you?
If everything goes as current, it depends. I feel like the analytics will favor KD. I
Yeah.
will say KD because it depends. If you want to look at who's going to win the MVP, look at who has the best record in the league and look at their stats. If the team that has the best player in the league and the best players have an outstanding season,
Yeah, they're gonna win.
they're going to win the MVP. If the Lakers had the best record in the NBA, LeBron would have won the MVP last year. But the Bucks had the best record in the NBA, so Giannis won the MVP. So it literally all depends on who's gonna have the best record in the league. I do think it's gonna be between LeBron and KD, but I will say,
You think they're just gonna gloss over what Embiid's doing like that?
yeah,
That's bare disrespectful.
because
Man.
I think they're gonna fall off. I'm not gonna lie.
You think?
Yeah,
I hope not.
but you know what? It wouldn't even surprise me if the Nets fall off either. I'm not gonna lie. They might have like a week or two where.
Because the Nets don't get stops. The other team just misses. Remember, you heard that from me. Watch carefully. The Nets currently they don't get stops. The other team just misses. And that's not to say that they can't grow into that, but right now they're not playing any defense whatsoever. I see 147 every single time. I either watch or look at the box score the next day. These not a lot relying on, knuckling down to get wins.
But do you know what? Do you think that's because they got rid of who's their big man again?
Jarrett Allen.
Yeah. That's a big loss for them.
It is.
It's a big loss for them. Like they had that presence down low.
Because I thought DeAndre had more in him than he's currently showing, but he's looking a bit finished still.
Yeah, he's slightly looking finished. I'm not
Getting
gonna
finished.
peak.
They need to somehow work out how they can get JaVale McGee or Dwight Howard over to
Dwight Howard.
be better than what they currently have. He's playing well in Philly. But put some respect on Dwight's name, bruv. He's washed away all his sins. He won a chip last year. He knew his role. You know, even I used to get on Dwight Howard. Leave Dwight Howard alone now.
Right.
He good people.
Shaq will never leave him alone, bruv.
He shouldn't. Man was calling himself Superman and stuff. Obviously, that's going to be a bit personal.
Yeah.
But let's finish off on. I've heard rumours that potentially, now they always said that the All-Stars would be announced, but the match itself, they said it wasn't going to go ahead, but there's been talks that it possibly could go ahead. So who do you think currently is making them two starting fives, West and East?
So let me start with the West. Point guard Steph.
Mm-hmm.
Two guard. I'm gonna say.
It's Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, Donovan Mitchell. I was thinking. Yeah, Donovan Mitchell, LeBron, AD. Oh, I forgot about Paul George.
Paul George is I think you're going.
Oh, it might be. It might be
Steph,
Paul George,
Mitchell, George, LeBron, and Jokic.
You know who you forgot about?
Who?
Kawhi.
Kawhi's coasting right now.
You don't think Kawhi's gonna make the All-Star team?
No. I said who's starting. Based on their play, not on votes. I think Kawhi will make it on votes, maybe. But I'm saying, okay, who
On
deserves
play,
it?
okay.
On play.
Steph, Donovan, LeBron, AD. No, not AD. No way.
AD is pissing me off. I don't know if he's hurt or something, but I am not seeing the beast I expected to see this year. You're not allowed to coast. I'm seeing LeBron still having to do LeBron things when he's like, what? How old's LeBron James now? 44. No, seriously.
LeBron is old still. He's a bit too old to be doing what he's doing.
This is what I'm saying. I'm literally switching on the Lakers. And LeBron's going 4-4 from 3. He's doing turnaround jumpers and stuff. Close down
LeBron
blocks.
36,
I'm like, what? I'm like, LeBron, like, this is all well and good. But are you going to be okay when the playoffs come? Because if you're just chasing that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar record and you don't care about chips no more, that's bare selfish.
Yeah.
And I need you to leave if that's what you're doing. I need you to leave. But I don't think you're doing that. I think...
That wouldn't surprise me if he's doing that.
I think he's half doing that and he's half doing whatever it takes to win. And he's waiting for AD to come on board, bro. We can't have this 37 points game every 1 of 5 games and then you're just getting 19, 21 points. What is this? I don't trust you to just come to the playoffs and dominate. So if you can hear me, AD, you need to step up, bro. You need to step up, bro. And if you can hear me, Rob Pelinka, try and get Bradley Beal. We need to try and get that done.
He's suffering in Washington.
We need to try and get that done.
He is suffering in Washington, brother. Oh my days.
See him with his heads in his hand this week.
Speaking of Washington, Russ is done. D-O-N-E.
I like it, man.
He is so done. Oh my God.
I like it, man.
No, man. Why? He's
wait
finished.
till the end of the year.
No, man. You know what he's done as well.
Year, man. Nah, man.
He's X'd. He's X'd. It is so long. Like, he's literally just gone to the Wizards and they slightly become a worse. Bruv, it's mad. They're worse. They're terrible. They are so terrible.
They're so bad.
But Russell's been a knucklehead though. I don't care. Dunce.
We're gonna eventually get my boy on this. He's the biggest Russell Westbrook fan, and I just want to know his excuse for this one, because I'm like, okay, why didn't he go out the first round? Post KD. Oh, you know, man, this bad GM, bad management. You know, the team, the system ain't built for him.
Blood, you got Paul George.
That's what I was saying. I was like, why'd you lose to Portland? It's like I'm like Russ and Paul George versus Dame and CJ, and you don't think Dame is better than Russ, and you don't think CJ McCollum is better than Paul George. So why did they lose? Nah, man, Portland have been together for so long, man. They just got that. Then we get over to next year. This guy was screaming at me. You lot are gonna get Russ and Harden. My two guys, they're together. Russ and Harden. Russ Harden. That's what he kept saying. They're gonna get you. The way we gave them the business in the West, by midway game 3, he stopped talking.
Yeah.
Stopped saying anything. Wouldn't talk about it. So I want to know why Russell Westbrook is about to receive the first round of the lottery when you're a former MVP. I don't even want to do this to you, Russell. I like you.
I like you too. But...
I even put on my Instagram story, bruv, you're making me look like I don't know what I'm talking about. I said you lot could be a problem. Yeah, there's problems, bruv, but not the ones I was talking about.
Listen, you know when I knew Russell was done? When he lost to Donovan Mitchell. As a rookie. Donovan Mitchell was a rookie.
He was a rookie.
And he beat him. I'm like, yeah, Russ is done. He's done. He can put out all the triple doubles he wants. He is done. And he's just gone to Washington now.
I think that's now what he's gonna do. It's like, okay, yeah, if I get 500 triple doubles,
but no one's gonna care. No one's gonna care because you know what's mad?
500.
It's cool putting out all these triple doubles in OKC and you're just above a 500 team making it to the playoffs. In Washington, you're going to put up these triple doubles and you're going to lose every game.
It's one of the ones, there's no reason a former league MVP, when you're in your early 30s, can't make the playoffs in the East. And yeah, it's got better, but like, come on, bro. The Chicago Bulls are better than you. Shout out Zach LaVine.
Zach LaVine is hard still, I'm not going to lie.
Telling you about him in the off-season. I said he was better than someone, I can't remember who it was. And you shut me down.
Klay Thompson?
No, I didn't say Klay Thompson. I don't know why you're saying that on the airwaves to make me seem bewildered. I never said that Zach LaVine was better. It weren't Klay Thompson.
Oh,
I think it was DeMar DeRozan. It was DeMar DeRozan, yeah.
I wasn't arguing with you with that, was I?
I think you were.
Was I?
I think you
I
were.
might have been drunk.
It was late in the evening. Bare late.
Nah, it might...
It was one of them bubble NBA games.
Fam, look at... Oh, my days. Bruv. Bradley Beal has been played out of his mind.
Bruv, I think he averaged 40 in his last 10 games and they lost all of them.
Fam, I'm getting his stats from January 2nd, yeah? 31 points, 27, 60 points against the 76ers. And I know they lost that game. 41.
And he probably won't even be an all-star in the East because of all of this.
And it's so deep. 34 against the Suns, 31, 33, 47, 26.
You know what happened? He will stay at the Wizards all his career, yeah, do this.
He won't.
No. Like, imagine this. He stays at the Wizards his whole career, puts up numbers like this. And then in 5 years, people like you will be saying, where's his all-NBA? Where's his all-stars? He was a scrub.
I won't do that.
Yeah, because you like stats and stuff.
I like stats, but listen, Bradley...
And accolades.
Man is moving like... Man, I'm moving like I'm hating on guys like Bradley Beal. Listen,
Hate on Vince Carter.
No, but comparing Bradley Beal to Vince Carter is disrespectful. Vince Carter was meant to be an alpha. Bradley Beal is going to be a second banana on every team he goes to.
He's going to be a third banana.
A third banana.
If he's a second banana somewhere, he ain't going to win no titles. If he's a third banana somewhere, he might get a chip. That's the way I see it.
Yeah, that's fair enough. But that's what I'm saying. Like, when I compare guys, yeah, I compare guys to, okay, cool. If you were the best player on your team, are your team going to have a deep player front with you as the best player on your team? I don't think that's going to be the case with Bradley Beal. So I wouldn't compare.
He is the best player on his team.
Yeah, and they're stinking up the joint right now. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I even thought that about Jimmy Butler. Like, as mad as he was moving in Minnesota, I'm thinking, bruv, you're not even the best player on your team. And if you were the best player...
Perfect third wheel.
Yeah, like, perfect third wheel. I'm thinking, if you were the best player on your team ain't even going to do nothing. He got Miami to the NBA Finals. And he didn't get swept. He won 2 games. Mm-hmm. So...
Oh, in that game 5.
Oh, yeah, he played out of his mind.
God,
he played out of his mind. Shout out Jimmy Butler, though.
Yeah, shout out Jimmy Butler.
Therefore.
So East All-Stars. Okay, West, I've got Steph, Donovan Mitchell, Paul George at the 3, LeBron at the 4 on some Miami Heat shit, and then Jokic.
At the 5, yeah?
Yeah.
That's fine. In the East, I will go Kyrie. Kyrie at the point. Actually, no, the way the media don't really fuck with him, he might not even get that. Ben Simmons, pardon me, was once... No, I forgot about Trey Young at the point. James Harden at the 2. KD at the 3.
Mm-hmm.
At the 4... the 4. I know he's going to be at the 4, you know.
Who you got so far?
Trey.
I think you go. Trey.
Oh yeah, Ben
Harden.
Simmons plays the 4 now, isn't it?
Trey, Harden, he does.
KD.
No. You go Jaylen Brown. Then you put KD at the 4. Then you go Joel Embiid
at the 5. Yeah, that's doable. Yep, that's doable. Yep.
Do you think, speaking on the...
You know who we forgot about?
Who?
Giannis.
Fuck that guy. Yeah, Giannis has to get in. All right, then.
He has to get in.
So let's rejig the team. Trey Young, Harden,
KD.
Giannis, KD, Embiid. Whoop-de-doo battle. But it's not even East and West anymore. They're going to do the face... They'll probably do the face pick thing. But I think it'll end up being Team LeBron, Team KD.
Yeah.
Which will be pretty interesting because LeBron always picks
KD
KD as his first pick.
Yeah.
But do you think, though, I still haven't watched last year's All-Star game, but I heard with it being so close after Kobe's death and the new format, they're always very competitive. Do you think that if they had one with no fans, we'd potentially get one of the more competitive All-Star games we've seen. Because I'm thinking that would probably just descend into to a scrimmage, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We'll get
exactly. There's no fact like.
Yeah, we'll get like a scrimmage.
Yeah, what we alley-ooping ooh and ahhing for? Like what? The TV broadcast. At the end of the day, we're here in the gym playing a game. So I think there'll be some of that to a degree, but potentially because of the lack of fans and the lack of atmosphere, if they were to suit up, we could probably get an All-Star game that looks like them early 2000s ones.
Yeah, and where LeBron can't pick KD, it will make for a more competitive All-Star game, I think.
Yeah, I can't lie. Like, the last couple of years, I'm thinking, Giannis, you're not a bad GM, but it's just like LeBron's teams are always so lopsided.
Yeah. And I think with Giannis, what he tries to do is he tries to pick like...
Yeah, he ain't going to pick the best.
Yeah. So when he beats man, he'll be like, oh, I had this guy.
Yeah.
You had this guy. And
yeah, I rate that.
Yeah. So...
I do rate.
No, I think it will be interesting.
Obviously, we're not close, but do you have a favourite All-Star game of all time?
The 2000 and... Oh, my... I'm going to say it was 2001. Was it 2001 where...
East came back?
Yeah, where Stephon Marbury was moving mad.
Yeah,
that's the one.
He did the play on Divac where he threw the ball behind his head and then shot it as well.
That All-Star game was mad.
That one was cold. 03 was cold.
Yeah.
2012 was cold. Was alright.
Was that the one where LeBron punked Kobe? Where was the one where LeBron punked Kobe where Kobe was basically begging him to shoot it and LeBron passed it, he committed a turnover?
That's 2012.
Yeah, that's
that's 2012. But that's when it starts getting...
Yeah, that's when it starts.
I hate to say it, but it's when Kobe Bryant left, the All-Star game became non-competitive. But you know,
that's a fair comment.
It is what it is.
That's a fair comment. I'm not even gonna argue with you on that because I definitely feel like with Kobe Bryant, like no matter what the game was, he wasn't coming to play at all, and like I feel like with a lot of guys coast the All-Star game, innit? A lot of them definitely do coast the All-Star game, so I feel like with Kobe's like, bruv, this is a regular game for me, so if you think I'm coming to play with you, man, it's definitely not that. So
who's playing tonight? Who we watching tonight? Let's finish on that.
Games on tonight. We got Nuggets, Jazz. That should be a good game still.
That was a series where everyone was dropping 50 last year.
Yeah. Where Donovan and
they were doing the goaltending and trunks thing.
Yeah, they were moving mad. What other games we got? We got Wizards Nets. Oh yeah, I'm watching that. KD Russ. KD, please, please smoke him and just close the casket on Russ. That duds. Anyway, we got Raptors Magic, Timberwolves, Cavs, Heat, Hornets. I'm gonna watch that game just because of the mellow.
Heat, Hornets. Yeah.
No, but today, as in, we got Clippers, Knicks at 6. Nuggets.
I might watch that. First time I watched the New York Knicks this year.
Yeah. Nuggets, Jazz, 8:30. Pacers, Sixers at midnight. Raptors, Magic at midnight. Wizards, Nets at midnight. Timberwolves, Cavs at midnight.
That's all right lineup.
Yeah, I'm probably going to watch the Nets game, the 76ers game. I don't really care for the Magic. I don't really care for the Cavs. I watch the Nuggets Jazz game, and I watch the Knicks Clippers game.
Yeah. No, it's a decent evening, but that's it for another week, man.
That's fun still. It was fun.
It's fun still, man. Come next week, hopefully. Nah, not hopefully. We'll definitely have a lot more to talk about. Yeah. NBA is like a revolving door. Yeah, something's always happening.
There's always storylines with the NBA. I think that's what's fun about it.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many storylines and so many narratives that there's always something to talk about.
And if there ain't, we'll make one.
Facts. Follow us on the socials. We Call Game on Insta. We Call Game Podcast on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Follow us on the personal Instagrams. We got Joseph Carpe DM _
and Josh Vino here.
And that's another episode of We Call Game signing out. Peace.